Hello, hello, hello. This is HQ back at it again, and we're talking about Trump and Elon going about trying to end USAID, USAID. That's the United Agency for International Development. If it were to end, people could die due to the loss of critical aid programs that provide food, shelter, health care, disaster relief, support that is critical in these conflict zones. I cannot believe that they're in the process of trying to end that, looking for more money. That's the whole point. This is what you all voted to do. When you ask us why we sent money overseas or why we send money overseas, we send money overseas to help these critical programs, to support war-torn countries, to support children, to support these things. If we end the USAID program, famine and nutrition will run rampant across this globe. It provides, USAID provides food assistance to millions and millions of people in underdeveloped countries or developing countries, right? Without it, many of these places will face starvation, especially in regions suffering from droughts, war, economic collapse, African war-torn countries, Colombian war, just this is why we send money overseas, that and other reasons, but this specifically. Thank goodness this program was started by Congress and it cannot be stopped by just eliminate, but it can be undermined by snatching the funding, by snatching monies out of the program in order to do other things with. Even though this money has been allocated. Money has been allocated on a budget, I get it. But at some point, they can start snatching the monies and the funding, undermine the underpinnings of keeping this kind of stuff going. 2, disease and lack of medical care. USAID funds global health programs including vaccinations, maternal care, HIV treatment, AIDS treatment. Ending these programs across the sea could lead to resurgence of diseases like Ebola, more mortality rates, particularly among pregnant women and children. That is the point of us having this U.S. aid. People keep running into the building talking about, we want to get rid of USA. We don't want to send money overseas. Helping people stay out of famine, treating AIDS, treating maternal deaths across the world, vaccinations, re-emergence of deadly diseases is what we prevent when we send money through USAID to help other countries. There are people who will die from natural causes if we don't send that kind of money. USAID is often the first money or first responder in an international crisis. We provide emergency relief after hurricanes, earthquakes, floods. Without this money, and Elon Musk is going in there trying to take that money out, trying to dismantle all of that. If we allow him to dismantle, we allow Trump to dismantle this U.S. aid, people are going to die from exposure, lack of clean water, untreated injury. How do you think these poor countries be making it through some of this stuff? They so poor they can't even afford to help their own people. They so poor they can't even get clean water unless they drinking nasty water. And we need water. Every human being needs water. Some of these countries don't even have clean water. exposure to the sun, exposure to the drought, exposure to horrific conditions is the reason why we have the USAID. War and conflict. USAID funds peacekeeping efforts and humanitarian in war-torn countries, right? Without these programs, more civilians could die from the conflict, displacement, lack of resources. Donald Trump keeps saying he wants to go into Gaza and take those people out of Gaza. Those people, some of those people will die because we're not supporting those people. We're not supporting the cause. We're not supporting the displacement, the lack of resources. These countries have economic collapses that lead to mortality. See, we in the United States can't even fathom somebody dying because they don't get water. We can't even fathom people being able to live because they don't have, unable to live because they don't have clean air, clean water, clean anything, clean sewage. Okay? That U.S. aid money supports the development of economically poor countries. The sudden removal of that money could lead to economic collapse in the country, job loss, disease, poverty, and mortality rates are going to go up. This is the reason that we have these kind of programs, this U.S. aid, so we can help these kind of things not happen across the world. So when Elon Musk and Trump are talking about, oh, we got to get our money back from that. We can't afford to pay for these people overseas. We got to get our money back. We got poor people here in the United States. Y'all don't know what poor is. Poor is when you can't go to the bathroom because there ain't nowhere to go. Poor means that if you touch water, you gonna die because it's disease or whatever stuff is insects or there's things in the water and you can't afford to drink it, but you can't afford not to drink it because that's all the water that you got. People say, oh, we got poor people here in the United States. Yes, we do. But poor people in the United States is not compared to poor people in these in foreign countries. USAID, it would keep people would be dying due to loss of critical programs that we provide. Food, shelter, healthcare, disease on war-torn countries, famine-ridden countries, disease-ridden country, diseases that have been staffed or held off because we have provided money for that country to keep that disease in that country. That's one of the reasons why we send money overseas. All of that would come into play if we stop sending money overseas. And I say, don't do things that will do no harm. This is what I'm saying. Do no harm. Stop doing harm. Stop trying to, and I keep saying this, I'm going to keep reiterating it. Trump only wants to do this because it affects poor people. It don't affect none of his friends. It don't affect none of the poor people. I mean, the rich people. It don't affect none of them. It only affects the poor people. Why y'all sending money overseas? We sending money overseas because there's reason that we send money overseas. One, we don't want China and Russia to get a stronghold in any country, and therefore they can leverage that country to invade us and make us a poor country. And two, because it's our obligation as humanitarians in order to help other people across the globe be able to exist and have a peaceful life or try to have a better life than what they have. This is the reason why we send money overseas. And now we have people in our government trying to end these programs, basically trying to end the lives as we know it. People in the lives as I just don't understand why we're allowing this to happen. But this is my report on ending of USA aid. We cannot allow this to happen. But people continue to let this president do whatever they want without any kind of accountability. because nobody's saying anything. Whenever I speak to someone regarding what Trump is doing, they say, "Oh, I got to defend it. What did Biden do?" We don't. I don't give a damn what Biden did. I give a damn about what Trump is doing right now. And what he is doing is undermining our stature in the world. And if they're allowed to end USAID, people are going to die across the globe. It just is what it is.